Alrighty. Hello guys, welcome to Coaster Hour. Actually, I need to open some things here real quick. I just realized my lighting's off. But anyways, as I'm doing that, there we go. Alrighty. Sorry about that. But anyways, welcome to my chill live stream. Let me know in the chat if the audio sounds good. Just trying to make sure of that. But pretty much today, it's just more of a chill stream. I'm going to be doing Q&A, YouTube shoutouts, a new segment, and of course, I think I did already say Q&A, but I'll be answering your questions. If we get more people on here, I'll probably also do Guess the Coaster in the live stream format, so that should be good to see. And also, I did go to Disneyland recently, so you guys can ask me any questions about that. And actually, I guess I'll just start with a Q&A right away. So ask me any questions you have. They can be about anything. They can be related to my recent Disneyland trip. Like I said, I just went, had a really good day there. Last Tuesday did 22 different, not different rides, but 22 rides in total. That was my ride count I had. And did 16 different rides. So it was a really successful day at Disneyland the other day. And I think it is my favorite park in California, which might be pretty surprising, but that's just some of my thoughts on it. So yeah, already. So I'm gonna go through the questions. I've already seen some are coming through. Let's see. Oh, and also, I guess before we get into it too much more, not sure exactly how to address it, but like I don't want to say Happy Memorial Day because I know it's a but I guess basically today is obviously Memorial Day, so for any of you watching who either serve in the services, the military, or anything for this country, or know people who serve, tell them thank you, because obviously that's a big time commitment. And in a lot of different services, you're putting your life on the line. So I just wanted to give a thank you for all of those people who either are serving or have previously served in the services. So just wanted to say that before we go further along. So yeah. So let's see the first question. How was Galaxy's Edge? I actually liked it a lot. I did not think I was gonna like it that much. But just because it was more themed to the sequel trilogies, but it's actually pretty cool. Unfortunately, the cantina was closed, but I was still able to try out the Rano wrap, which is this like it's very good. It's this kind of food where it has like this kind of sort of bread with a sausage and like some pork slices in the middle of it with like some vegetables and stuff. It's really good. The blue milk and green milk were both pretty weird, but I prefer the blue milk. Also, the Meilu Run juice was really good. So in terms of that, those were really good. And for the rides, Smuggler's Run also did surprise me. It was better than I expected. I got Pilot going up and down, if you were wondering what position that was. I'm not going to give any spoilers. So don't worry about that. And I did also do Rise of the Resistance. It was incredible. It actually wasn't my favorite ride at Disneyland, but it was absolutely incredible. Only got to do it once just because of how the system is, but it was amazing. If you haven't done it yet, I would highly recommend it. But yeah. What is my 7th favorite coaster? I think I might actually have to go back and look at it. Oh wait, no, it's Top Thrill Dragster now that I think about it. Yeah, I think Dragster is my number 7, so Dragster is my 7th favorite. Do I have any park plans in the future? As of right now, I probably, if I'm doing stuff, it'll be revisiting some California parks just because right now, I just don't think it's a great time to be going to new parks. If you've been hearing about all the staffing shortages and everything, it's just kind of like I don't think I want to deal with that for my first visits. But I think I'll be trying to go to Not Scary Farm, assuming it happens this year, which it looks like it will. And we'll kind of see what else happens. But yeah. Top three rides at Disneyland for me. Indiana Jones was my number one, and it is probably it is a top five ride for me just in general. It was absolutely incredible. Also, another ride, if you haven't done it, you have to do it. Like, it was so good. I got to do it three times. Once by standby, once by virtual queue, and once from a fast pass, which I actually got from a Space Mountain evacuation, which I'll probably explain in a little bit. But yeah, my second favorite was Rise of the Resistance. Also really good. I hadn't watched anything, or at least the only stuff I'd watched is like the promotional clips. But yeah, that was my second favorite ride. And then my third favorite would actually have to be Space Mountain. It was a lot better than I was anticipating and than I had remembered. I really enjoyed it. It's a top 25 coaster for me. Obviously, it doesn't really have the forces or anything, but it's just a really fun ride. So, and I got to do that ride three times. I have not been stung by a bee in a coaster. I didn't get stung by a bee on any of the Disneyland rides. But I did actually ride Winnie the Pooh, which has bee-themed cars, so for whatever that's worth. And on Haunted Mansion, I wasn't aware that the lap bar came down on its own, and it smacked me in the thumb and made it bleed, which that's not the same, but it's just kind of weird, so that was something. Best ride during fireworks. I don't think I've actually done too many during fireworks. I think the only one I can think of that I've ever done is Goofy's Sky School. So I don't even think I have an answer for that, unfortunately. Do I think Disneyland will get Tron? They can try to, if they do the expansion, maybe. I don't know if there's enough room to fit it in that area where the Nemo ride is, but they'd have to do a bunch of stuff with the land. So honestly, I'd probably say no. It would be really cool, but I kind of doubt it, so we'll see. Favorite Star Wars prequel, Episode 3, easily. I don't, the Attack of the Clones is hard for me to watch. Like, it really is. I like the prequels for the story, like, not the story, the world building, but the actual movies themselves, outside of Revenge of the Sith, are pretty hard to watch, to be completely honest. If you think differently, that's cool, but that's just kind of my opinion. My last coaster credit, so my most recent new one, I didn't get any new ones from this Disneyland trip. I tried to actually get West Coaster on this trip as well, but it was closed. It was the only ride closed at Pacific Park, which sucked. My last new coaster credit was Hang Time at Knott's, and the last coaster I rode was Space Mountain at Disneyland, but that wasn't a new credit, so yeah. And Hang Time was in 2019, so that was my last new credit. And obviously Space Mountain was just last Tuesday. Favorite park in California other than Disneyland, that would actually be Knott's Berry Farm, followed by Six Flags Magic Mountain. Reason I don't have Magic Mountain higher is I've been a lot, and there's just a lot of things I think they could do better outside of the coasters. The coaster collection is obviously top-notch, but yeah. Biggest goal in life is to get stung by a bee on a coaster. That would be pretty special, in all honesty, even though it'd be pretty painful. What coaster YouTubers do I watch? I mean, I watch a ton of them. I mean, I'll just go off the ones I can think of in my head, like Coaster Studios, El Toro Ryan, Canopy Coaster, Parks Bros, Theme Park ERT, 808 Coaster Life, Phantom Coasters. Did I already say Canopy Coaster? Maybe I did. Airtime Thrill. There's a lot. I watch a ton of them, so I watch more. If I didn't mention yours or for anyone watching this later, anything like that, it's just there's a lot of them I watch, so there's not really any shortage with that. But yeah, let's see. Best invert experience yet? I mean, my favorite invert is Raptor at Cedar Point. In the mid-course during that ride didn't really slow the ride down when I went that much, so that was pretty crazy. and the ride felt pretty relentless. So Raptor at Cedar Point would be my favorite. Yeah. Okay, so I think you guys can actually, I guess I'll mention it before. You guys can keep asking questions. I'm gonna move on to the news segment after these next few questions. But basically, I mentioned Space Mountain earlier. So what happened during one of my rides on Space Mountain at Disneyland? I put this on my Instagram. If you follow that, I don't think I put it on my Discord yet, but I'll probably do it. I might even upload the video at some point on the channel later. But basically, on my second ride on Space Mountain, the ride pretty much broke down, and we ended up getting stuck in Block 11 specifically. So they had to turn all the lights on inside of Space Mountain, so I saw it, and I wasn't really sure if we were going to be evac'd or if they were going to push the train down like I had seen in a video. And what ended up happening was after 10 to 15 minutes, some staff came to our train after they pushed some of the others down and pushed ours down, so we rode the rest of the ride with the lights on. So it was pretty crazy. I have the footage of like kind of the pretty immediately after we stopped and the lights turned on. So it was before we got pushed down, but that's what happened. And then they gave us a fast pass afterwards. So that was pretty crazy experience, actually. So yeah, that was pretty wild. Yeah. Publishing some new music videos for your channel. Any suggestions? I can't really think of anything, so I don't know. I'll have to look at your stuff to get a better idea of maybe what would be a good idea, but I don't have a idea on me right now. All right, I think with that being said, I think I'm going to go into the news. There really was not much at all this week. Like, there was literally barely anything. Except for, obviously, there was a bunch of ride openings. But other than that, there really wasn't that much. So this should go by pretty quickly. So let me pull it up real quick. And that'll be that. So let's see. Let me get it up here. Hopefully it looks right. Let's see it. All right, looks good enough. So let me put up the banner, and we're gonna start off with the ride openings. So this week we had Fighter Jet at Fanta Park Glorious Orient, along with the entire park. This is the Vekoma Top Gun, as you can see on the bottom right. That opened, I believe, just 2 days ago, if I'm correct. But also we had Dragon Slayer, the SNS 40 free spin open, along with Stunt Pilot at Silverwood, which is the RMC Raptor, and Lego Mythica at Legoland Windsor in the UK, which just opened, I believe, either yesterday or 2 days ago. These opened, all of them opened like within the past like 4 days, so pretty crazy stuff. Great to see these rides open. Lego Mythica is a new area for those who don't know. And we even had a few more ride openings, including, like I mentioned, the entire park of Fanta Park Glorious Orient in China. That opened. Snake River Expedition at Cedar Point opened what I assume to be yesterday. Michigan's Adventure opened Camp Snoopy. And Lego Movie World opened at Legoland, California. So a lot of new stuff opened, which is great to see. Next, we have a ride that actually ended up closing, and that is Giant Wheel at Six Flags Darien Lake. It is closed forever. They have posted a sign at the entrance or near the ride. I saw a picture of it saying that the ride was being retired, and it's officially from the park. So that is unfortunate to see, but Six Flags was going to get rid of 15 rides this year, and this is just another one of them, as we've already seen multiple get announced to be removed. So that's that. Next, we have Zamperla. They have just unveiled a new flat ride model. Not a flat ride model, actually, but a drop tower model called Pump and Jumps, which is an interactive family drop tower that allows the rider to sort of control their experience. You can watch the video. It kind of makes more sense. It seems like it can kind of mess with the lap bar a little bit, and it'll like affect if you go up or down. It's kind of hard to explain, but if you watch the video, it'll make more sense, and it looks pretty cool. So that gets a thumbs up from me. Then we have probably the biggest bit of news since the last time I did a stream, and that is that Fun Spot Atlanta has announced that they will be getting a new RMC coaster in 2022. We don't know if it's going to be an RMC Raptor, an RMC Family Hybrid, or even like a traditional RMC iBox Hybrid, like more of a thrilling one. But it should be interesting to see. There's also been some rumors that this could be themed to a sports team, but I don't know where exactly that's coming from, so I don't know if that's actually going to happen, but we'll just kind of have to wait and see. Next, we have 2 rides that vallied, the first of which being Dwervelwind at Toverland. It vallied. This is the mock spinner. It vallied after an object made contact with the wheels, which may have been part of the train. That's the speculation, but they're still investigating. But basically, some object hit the wheels of the train, which caused it to stop. No one was injured, but it did valley, so that was something kind of noteworthy. And then Poltergeist also valleyed. I think it just probably the launch, it just wasn't running fast enough. Probably the launch didn't go as fast as it was supposed to, and it valleyed. It's not that uncommon, I don't think, but it did happen. No injuries here either, so that's just kind of interesting. And then the last thing we have is that Vekoma will be doing, actually this is more of a rumor, but this is a picture they posted on Instagram. They basically showed that they're doing a new project, and it's rumored to be for Far Up Summerland in Denmark, I believe. So it is rumored that they will be doing their next coaster in 2022, but we'll have to see what happens. That is all of the news. Like I said, there was not that much, at least that I could find. Of course, I did go to Disneyland, so I was a little out of it more than usual, but yeah, that's kind of the news. We'll kind of have to see what's going on. So yeah. But with that being said, I'll do another sort of Q&A session. You guys can ask me any questions. Like I said, if you have any more Disneyland stuff or just anything in general, you can ask it. And then I'll move on to YouTube shoutouts. And I think we have enough people to do Guess the Coaster, so that'll be pretty quickly, probably afterwards. So that's how that's going to go. Let's see. The only time Zero G Coasters has ever gotten stuck was Escape from Pompeii at Busch Gardens. Interesting. I've only gotten stuck on Space Mountain, I guess technically now, and Superman Ultimate Flight is debatable because we overshot the station on the return and it took about like 15 minutes for them to get us back. So I guess those would be my 2. Actually, also at Disneyland, I was on Haunted Mansion and it ended up stopping twice while riding, but it ended up keeping going after like a few minutes both times. But it was kind of interesting. But unfortunately, I only did Haunted Mansion once, so that was kind of sad. When is Pantheon opening? No idea. We have no idea. They haven't released anything official yet, at least as far as I'm aware. SeaWorld in general is a bit of a mystery. That being said, from the stuff I've heard, Pantheon, it seems like there's a better chance it'll open this year, or at least sooner, compared to the rest of the SeaWorld projects, which are just pretty much, I think, absolutely unknown. I think Pantheon looks at least a little more promising than those. But who knows at this point? Like, we really don't know. But we'll have to wait and see on that. Let's see. What other questions we got here? Yeah, Far Up Summerland. Yeah, people are pretty excited for it because people have wanted them to get a coaster for a while. I did not go to Avengers Campus. I didn't go to Disney's California Adventure. And Avengers Campus isn't even open right now. Basically, California Adventure is kind of a mess right now because before I visited, they actually increased the capacity for Disneyland from 25 to 35%. And for Disneyland, it didn't affect them too badly. But for California Adventure, because they had to keep the same like ride capacity limits just with the increased visitor capacity, it was just kind of a disaster. And maybe not a disaster, but basically the waits are not much different than they would normally be on a summer day, which isn't exactly what you would want with the limited capacity if you were going right about now. Like the Radiator Springs Racers was 2 hours, Guardians was an hour and a half, and the wait times were just generally pretty long from what I saw. Disneyland, the longest waits were like 65, 70 minutes, which for Disneyland is not even bad, and I didn't even wait in those, so it was pretty good. But no, I didn't go to Avengers Campus. Might in the future though, I probably will. Yeah. When do I think Pantheon will open? It's so hard to say because because the problem is it might have to do with the understaffing. I'll be kind of, I don't know if this is optimistic. It probably is. I'll say probably July. I don't know if it would be early or late July, but probably just July. It seems to make the most sense. We'll see what happens. Let's see. Some other people got stuck on rides. Mia's riding Adventure. I don't know what or where that is, but that's interesting. I'll have to look into that a little bit. And then Batman the Ride at Six Flags Great America. That's interesting. What part did he get stuck on? I guess like the brake run or something, or the lift hill perhaps. I'd be curious. Let me know more about that, Luigi. I'd be curious to know about more about it. I haven't been to King's Dominion, so I can't give you any tips. I can't. I don't have much there. Depending on if I don't know if King's Dominion, how long they've been open. I haven't looked into them too much. Like, I mean, how long they've been open this year, but maybe look into like trip reports from it to maybe see what it makes sense to maybe get a fast lane if you needed it. That might just be an idea, but other than that, I don't really got much else. Yeah, I did Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. I actually wanted to do it twice. It just didn't work out. I really liked it. It was actually my favorite Fantasyland dark ride, just because the vehicles feel a little, just compared to the other Fantasyland rides, the just kind of movement of the vehicles feels a little janky, so I like it for that reason. It gives it more character, and I just think the kind of the storyline of the ride's pretty weird, so I liked it for those reasons. What's my opinion on Alton Towers? I've never been. It looks really cool. I've heard mixed things about how the park, like how I guess Merlin kind of treats the place, but it looks pretty cool. It's definitely my most anticipated park in the UK, without a doubt. I don't really even think it's close because, no offense, the other parks don't seem to intrigue me all that much. I mean, Thorpe has a decent coaster collection, and I guess Chessington and Paulton's Park are becoming Chessington with that new project and Paulton's Park is improving, so those are two nicer parks. And I guess the Legoland Park and Legoland Windsor looks kind of cool, but other than that, I don't know. I'm just I haven't looked too much into the UK parks in terms of actually visiting them, so yeah. Oh, you have season pass. Okay, so yeah, then yeah, you probably don't need fast lane. So ignore that suggestion. Let's see. Oh yeah, Creeley. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, also Creeley's up there for sure. Let's see. Were they supposed to get an Intamin prefab? I feel like no, because that'd be hard to build there, but that if they were supposed to, that would have been crazy, but who knows. I don't know anything about that if they were actually supposed to at one point. Oh, okay. So Mia's writing adventure is at Legoland Windsor figures. That makes sense. I'll have to look into that ride then. Um, let's see what else we have here. Um, am I planning to visit the parks on the East Coast? If so, when? So as I've mentioned, I pretty much have no plans to visit any new parks this year, or when I say, I guess no parks outside of California, just because I am kind of worried to be able to. I'm just kind of worried right now because of, like I said, all the staffing shortages and stuff. I don't want to. Uh, it's just that stuff kind of gets pretty stressful, and I've already heard about like Kings Island and Cedar Point's like kind of opening days. I'm sure they'll get better, but that was not exactly great to hear. Um, but I would like to, if it was possible. I don't know if it'll happen. And I've already done Hershey Park and Cedar Point before. But in terms of the East Coast parks, I mean, I guess it's not East Coast, but I was looking at my college schedule, and I definitely would like to consider doing either a trip to Florida or Hollywood Nights and hitting up that Holiday World, Kentucky Kingdom, and a few of the parks around there. Those are a few things I'm considering. I don't know if it'll happen, but that would be great if I could, if that could happen. But I'm not sure if that would work out. You really like 13 and Hex there. 13 seems like a pretty cool ride actually, so I can see that. It seems like a pretty cool ride. What would be the best way to experience Disneyland all in one day? The problem is this was my first visit in 9 years, and I don't know that the way I did it would work in a normal setting. But basically, my plan of attack for Disneyland was to basically take out most of the left side of the park, which includes like in the morning. So like do all the rides then. So I did Indiana Jones first, then I went to Pirates, then Haunted Mansion, then Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, because those are four of the more popular rides, and I did them in the morning, and there wasn't that much of a wait. So that route probably is a good way to go. And then you can kind of do Splash Mountain, or if it's the Princess and the Frog ride, whenever you go, probably later, just because people are not going to, well, you don't have to do it first thing in the morning, because for the first like few hours it won't be that crowded because people are not going to want to get wet that early in the morning. So that's why I kind of did it after those rides. But basically, yeah, I think if you attack that left side of the park first thing in the morning, that's probably the way to go. That's one tip I would give. Although with Indiana Jones, because I know they're doing the virtual queue thing, and they're kind of testing it out, that might be harder to do now. But even if Indiana Jones is only virtual queue, hitting up the Pirates, Haunted Mansion, and Big Thunder and Splash Mountain, I still would recommend, just because. So yeah. But yeah. So let's see. Should you do King's Dominion or Carowinds after you finish finals in a few weeks? I mean, like I said, I don't know how they're doing operations wise. I'm pretty sure it's probably kind of similar. But I don't think you can go wrong with either one. That would be a pretty tough pick. I guess if it were me, I'd probably pick. I'd probably go with King's Dominion, but that's just me. So yeah. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So I think that's all the questions for now. So I'll just kind of move on to the next thing, which is the YouTube shoutouts. Not too many channels here just because I did a stream about a week ago, but regardless, that's going to be kind of the segment we're doing. So the first channel I have to shout out is Theme Park Hunting, who is very close to reaching 6,000 subscribers. Great content. He was able to ride Velocicoaster recently, released a review for it, and I think he did a video on the future of SeaWorld Orlando. I haven't seen it yet, but it seems like a good thing. He's got some great content, and he's been a previous guest on Coaster Time, so make sure to check him out. Next channel I have is Parks Bros, who is near 10,000 subs. Obviously another California coaster enthusiast, so I love seeing that. Love seeing us California enthusiasts getting closer to our milestones. So it's great to see Drew get closer to 10,000 subs. Obviously, that's a pretty big deal. And he's got a lot of great content. And he started doing a podcast with mostly coasters. We'll see how that kind of goes in the future, but that's something new he started doing. So, and I know he has a huge like project coming up too, so you're definitely gonna want to make sure to check him out and stay tuned for his stuff. Next, we have Cedar Flags, who is near 6,000 subs. This is a channel that I need to definitely watch more of, but I know quite a few watching or who have watched Coaster Time anyways like his content, so just saw that he was pretty close to 6,000 subs, so gotta give him a shout out. Very consistent with content, so definitely make sure to check him out. And then the last channel, actually not the last channel, but the last milestone channel I have is Coaster College. He's near 75,000 subs. Pretty crazy milestone, but he's got some really good content. I know his content has actually been slower as of late, but I know he works at Cedar Point and the season just started up, but he's got a lot of great videos with his Flat Rides of the Week series, and just, of course, previously when he did his debunked videos, those were also really good. So he's got a lot of great content. Make sure to check him out if you haven't already, though I wouldn't expect too many of you to not have yet. And the last channel I have, this is just a channel I just wanted to shout out. This is Roller Coaster Dream. If you guys know the channel, and I'm probably going to butcher this, Mia P.A. Massane. Basically, it's the channel that's known for releasing the POVs of the coasters that open in China. Roller Coaster Dream, that channel is associated with the Coaster Club Roller Coaster Dream, and this is their official channel. And this is basically the channel where they're releasing all the newest POVs of the coasters going in China now, because they released the one of the Gravity Group, I think Wooden Dragon, I think that's what it's called, the one that opened at Sunakland Jinan, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, and the Vekoma Top Gun, they also had a POV for it, so make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, just so you can watch those POVs as soon as they come out. So yeah, because they only have like 300 subs or something like that. So yeah, pretty good stuff there. So that's all the channels I have for now. So with that being said, I think I'm actually going to move on to Guess the Coaster. So basically how this works, for those who are new, is that I will basically either think of a coaster in my head or grab one on RCDB. Of course, I wouldn't do one that's ridiculously obscure, but I will basically find a coaster, and you guys are going to try to ask questions that will kind of get you guys closer to kind of guessing. They can serve sort of as clues. They have to be yes or no questions in the chat, and by asking them, you'll basically kind of get closer and closer to actually figuring out what the coaster is, and you can guess in the chat what the coaster actually is. That was probably a horrible job of explaining it, but I guess we're gonna go for it anyways. Hopefully you guys who are newer get the gist of it as it goes. I do have my coaster up, so you guys can start asking questions now. They all have to be yes or no questions, so that'll start now. Alrighty, so yeah. Is it Air Grover? Pretty, I love the random guess, no. But a good guess. It's not a steel coaster. It is in North America, so we have, so far, it is a North American coaster. Is it in America? Yeah, it's in the US, so, which I'll interpret that answer, that question as. So far we have a US coaster. That is, I guess, wooden, because we already confirmed it wasn't steel. So US wooden coaster. Does it begin with Lil and end in Phantom? Not quite. Not a hybrid. It's a wooden. So U.S. wooden coaster. It's not Prowler. It's not meant to be a family coaster. Not Steel. Not Zippin' Pippin. Not Outlaw Run. It is on the eastern side of the U.S. Not sure. I'm not so sure that this could be considered East Coast, but it is eastern side of the U.S. So I don't know if this state touches the water or not. So it is not a GCI, but so basically U.S. East Coast wooden coaster. That's what we've gotten so far. It's not Thunderhead, not Arkansas Twister, not Beast, not High Roller. Good guesses, though. I like it. Also, someone mentioned Discord. I'm probably actually going to be doing more of this, like, on Discord. So, which I have the link to the Discord in the description. So, if you guys want to do it live there, that would be pretty good. Make sure to join the Discord because we'll probably be doing more of that in the summer. It is not in the South. It is not at a chain park. It's not Wooden Warrior. Good guess. It's not Kentucky Rumbler. Not Boulder Dash. I guess you could consider it Northeast. I think you can kind of consider it Northeast. But no, it's not Boulder Dash. Not at Camden Park. I think you could consider it Northeast. Not Lightning Racer at Hershey Park. It's not a Gravity Group, and it's not a CCI either. It's not Ravine Flyer 2. So let me repeat this again. Northeastern U.S. wooden coaster. That's, I think, pretty much what we have so far. It's not Wildcat at Hershey Park. And I think I already said it's not Ravine Flyer. It's not Comet at Hershey Park. Not a PTC. It's not Rolo Coaster. Man. Man, this one... I mean, I guess I can kind of understand why it's taken a while, but, yeah. But once again, East Coast, wooden coaster. No, Northeast Coast wooden coaster, so that's what we got so far. It's not Leap the Dips, good guess. It was not built before 1990, so it's newer than 1990, basically. It's not Thunderbolt, it's not Jackrabbit. Good guesses once again. Not Racer. Man. It feels like we're burning, like, I like how you guys are, like, burning through the parks. I mean, it's a smart idea, but, yeah. Is it Blue Streak? No, it's not either of the Blue Streaks, so it's not either of them. Not Mean Streak. It's not Defunct. It still exists. Good question, though, because if you guys don't know if it is or not, that could be problematic. But this coaster still exists, so yeah. Does the park it's at have more than 5 coasters? Yes, it does. Yeah, it has more than 5 coasters. It's not El Toro. I'm surprised it took that long for that to come up. I can't answer I can't say if it's wait, main park. What, like, I can't say what park it's at. I'm only taking yes or no questions. But I guess it is a well-known park for sure. It's not the Boss. It's not at a Six Flags. It's not at Comet. I think I already mentioned it's not at a chain park. I think someone asked that. It's not at a chain park, so that rules that out. It's not Silver Streak. Wow, there's like, man, I don't want to say it because it would give it away totally, but man, this is interesting. It's not Phoenix at Knoebels. Not Phoenix. Not Boulder Dash. It's not Cornball Express. Man, I love all the answers we're getting, but we still haven't gotten it. Pretty crazy. And, okay, so I saw 2 people get it right at about the same time. It might show up different for your guys' screens, but just, I'll just give both credits. But Zero G Coasters and Coaster Keychain both got it right. It is Twister at Knoebels. So, and also Stamford Bridge got it right too. So, good job there. So that's Guess the Coaster for you guys who hadn't done it yet. So I'll be getting my next coaster, and I actually already have it. So I have my next coaster. Start asking questions. It was literally the first one that showed up. That's pretty lucky for me. So yeah. Start asking questions. We have the next coaster. So yeah. It is in Europe. It's not Air Grover. Eventually, right? It's got to be eventually. But yeah. It's not steel. So European coaster. That's not steel. I guess we'll go with that for now. Yes, it is in the UK. It's not Boulder Dash. So UK coaster that is not steel. That's what we have so far. So UK coaster that is not steel. It's not Rita, and it's not in Germany. It's not Woden. It's not Wickerman. It's not Cuckoo Lane. It's not Megaphobia. But once again, UK coaster that is not steel. So I guess I'll just say UK coaster that's wooden, because I will just go with that. So UK wooden coaster. That's what we got so far. It's not Antelope. Man, I like how two people got it right at the same time, because that's kind of obscure-ish. It is at Blackpool. It is at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. So that narrows it down quite a bit. It's not Big Dipper. It's not Wickerman. Waiting for a few. Okay, I just saw it. Zero G Coasters got it first for my screen, but also Coaster Shardark and Mr. Color Roaster also got it right away, and it is Grand National at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. So congratulations to you three. You got it first. Once again, because it shows up differently on different screens, I'll just kind of say that it was about at the same time. But yeah, Grand National is the correct answer. So good job there. So let me get my next coaster. Wasn't so lucky this time. Ooh, that's an interesting one. Let's see. Do I want to go for it? I don't know. It's kind of obscure. Yeah, no, I don't think we're gonna go for it. I'll just say the one it was. I got Starliner at Legoland Florida / Miracle Strip Park in Florida, but I'm not gonna do it because I think that's a little too obscure. But I do have my next coaster now, so now I do have my next coaster. So yeah, so you guys can start asking me questions. The coaster I had originally was that I think that one was a little too much, because I think especially for those who are not in Europe, that would I mean, not in Europe, not in the US, that would have been insanely difficult. It's not in Antarctica. Wow, we're really narrowing it down now. It's not steel. Somehow we've gotten all wooden coasters. And that was a question. So yes, it is a wooden coaster, which automatically rules out it's not a B&M. It's not Cool and Fresh. That would have been pretty cool. Not in Europe. It's not actually, it's not a hybrid, no. I was seeing if it had like a steel support structure, but it doesn't. It's not in Asia. It's in the US, so we have US wooden coasters so far. It's not Outlaw Run. It's not from GCI. It's not a Gravity Group. It's not an RMC, but it is an American CCI coaster. So an American wooden CCI coaster, although I think all their coasters are wooden, unless I'm mistaken. So Stress Express, no. Thunderhead, no. It's not on the West Coast. It's not Grizzly. It's not Boulder Dash. Once again, CCI US wooden coaster. Not Cornball, not Shivering Timbers, not Boss. But those are definitely all good guesses. But yeah. So once again, US CCI wooden coaster. It's not, I think it's sort of on the east side of the US, but I think it's more kind of toward the middle-ish. It is on the eastern side of the U.S., but it's definitely not on the East Coast. Like if I cut it in half, it would be considered, I think, on the eastern side. So yeah. Um. Anyways, it's not Who's Your Hurricane. It's not Excalibur. It's not Pegasus. It is. It still exists. It's not Hades. It is Cyclops. I just saw it. Coaster Shardark. It doesn't appear that anyone else got it, as far as I can see. But yeah, Coaster Shardark got it. It is Cyclops. So I think he's all alone. I don't see anyone else who got it. So Cyclops is the answer at Mount Olympus. So that's it. I'll do another one. Hopefully I don't get another wooden coaster. Let's see. But let's see what I can get. This one's taking a little longer now. All right, we're gonna go with it. And I guess I'll just do it when we get there. All right, I have my next coaster. So yeah. You guys can start asking me questions now. No, it's not Ba Express. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's how it is. Not in Asia. We have yet to get an Asian coaster. This is a steel coaster. I just saw Zero G coasters. See you later. Nice to have you on the stream. But it is a steel coaster in North America. So yeah, and it's not a Chinese knockoff SLC. So it's not that. But it is a North American steel coaster. So yeah. It is not a B&M. It is, yes, it is East Coast. It is East Coast. It's not Anaconda. It's not Intamin. It is Vekoma. It's a Vekoma coaster in North America, and it's not in Canada. Yeah, we said East Coast, so for that we'll just say it's US. So US East Coast Vekoma steel coaster. Is it Wild Thing? No. It's not Boomerang. It is an SLC. It is not Sidewinder. And for this one, I think I am actually going to take you're going to have to guess the specific park too. I'll say that right now, just because. Yeah, with your answer, you have to say the specific park. So, yeah, it's not Fly the Great Nor'easter. It's not Flashback at Six Flags New England. It's not Riddler's Revenge, or I guess you meant Riddler Revenge. It's not. It is not Mind Eraser at Six Flags America. It's not Mind Eraser at Elitch Gardens. Okay, Stanford Bridge got it first. I know he meant to say Mind Eraser, but also very quickly followed by Mr. Color Roaster, but we'll count it. Mind Eraser at Darien Lake. Yes, that is the correct answer. Which is why I specifically requested the park. I probably should have said that originally, but I thought that might give it away a little bit. But I think for stuff like that, I'll do it just because. So I'll do, I think 3 more. And then I think and then I guess I'll move on to the next thing, which, do I even have anything after this? I guess another little Q&A, so why not? Yeah. Okay, I think I've actually done this coaster before, so I'm not going to do it again. Okay, this is the one we're going with. Okay, so, I have my coaster now. Start asking questions. And I'm going to have to intentionally try to get an Asian coaster in here at some point, because it seems like they kind of get, it's hard to get them on here. It's not in America. It is a steel European coaster. It's not Duplo Dino Coaster. Good guess. It is, as I said, okay, yes, it is a B&M. So it's a European B&M coaster. And I don't need to say it's steel because they only make steel coasters. It does not begin with the letter T. It is not in Germany, and it is not in England. Once again, steel European I guess European B&M coaster. It's not Raptor. It's not Nemesis Inferno. It's not in the UK. And I think I already said it's not in Germany. It's not in either of those. It's not Silver Star. It's not Shambhala. Yeah, no Shambhala. It's not Dragon Con. Oh my god. Mr. Cola Roaster got it right again. It is Katoon at Mirabilandia. So I guess I answered yes to all your questions, and you ended up guessing the exact one. That's pretty crazy. But yeah, Katoon at Mirabilandia was the correct one. So that is pretty crazy. Really good guess there, actually. Yeah. So I'm going to be getting my next coaster, which, I guess, spoilers, it will be an Asian coaster. I'm going to find one eventually. So, and that's going to be that. But we're going to try to get one here real quick. I say real quick, and it's taking me forever to get one. Let's see. Man. And I'm passing some that it's like I could use, but they're just not it. Man. Alright, come on, let's get one. Oh my god, there's so many I'm passing that I could use. We're just getting, and now I'm just getting a bunch of random coasters I've never heard of in my life. Come on. Alright, I got one. Okay. Alright, so, ask your questions now. I do have my the coaster now. And I guess I'll consider it a question. Unfortunately, it is not the company that Mr. Cola Roaster mentioned. It's not Beijing amusement equipment. It's not Gravity Max. It's not in China. It's not Wood Coaster. It's not Dynaconda. It is in Japan. It does not have inversions. So we're still at a Japanese coaster. I guess that's it. That's all we have. It's not Ejanica. It's not Pyrenees. It is steel, so a Japanese steel coaster, although that doesn't really narrow it down much. But it's not Fujiyama. It's not Ejanica. It's not Bandit. It's not Thunder Dolphin. I think I already said it's not Fujiyama. It's not wooden. It's a Japanese steel coaster. It's not Diving Coaster Vanish. It's not Jet Coaster. Let's see, more guesses come in. Alright, Declan got it right first, at least on my screen. It is Steel Dragon 2000. So definitely not an obscure one in the slightest, but I did take a while to get one, so at least I did actually get one. But yes, the correct answer is Steel Dragon 2000. So congratulations there. I'll do one more. I got, oh my god, I just got, I'm not gonna use it, but I just got my local roller coaster, the little Phantom clone we have here in Fresno. I just got an RCDB. That's pretty crazy. But we're gonna go with another one. Preferably another Asian one would be pretty cool, but I'm not banking on it. I think I've done that one already at one point, so I'm not going with that. Alright, that's a good one to end off on. Alright, I have my next one. Alright. We have, I have my next coaster, so you guys can start to ask now. We didn't quite get Lil Phantom, but we got a clone, so that's good enough. Is it in North America? Yes, and it is in the US. So US coaster, that's what we have. US steel coaster. Yes, it is steel. It is a US steel coaster. It's not Legend. Not Legend at Arnold's Park. Does it have inversions? No. Oh wait, no, sorry. Yes, it does. Yes, U.S. steel coaster with inversions. It does have inversions. I ignored that I said no. It does. And it's on the West Coast. So U.S. steel coaster with inversions on the West Coast. So yeah, there you go. And it is a B&M. So B&M steel coaster that has inversions on the West Coast of the U.S. It is not Riddler's Revenge. Good guess, but not Riddler's Revenge. It's not from Intamin. It's not Scream. It's not Patriot. Good guesses there. Let's see. It is not a Discovery Kingdom. No, it's not a Discovery Kingdom. It's not Scream. It is at Magic Mountain. So, yeah, it is at Magic Mountain. It's not Medusa. It's not Batman the Ride. It's not Silver Bullet. It is at a chain park. I already said it was at Magic Mountain because someone asked if it was. But, yeah, it's not Hang Time. It's not Viper. Not Gold Rusher. Because this has inversions. So, it's not Gold Rusher. Once again, Steel B&M coaster on the West Coast with inversions at Magic Mountain. It's not Revolution. It's not Ninja. It's not Gold Rusher. It's not Scream. It's not Revolution. Coaster Scorpion got it right, at least from where I'm looking. I'll see if anyone comes up pretty soon, but it seems like she's all alone. Okay, never mind. No, I just saw everything pop up. Okay, so Coaster Scorpion, Mr. Cola Roaster, and Coaster Keychain all got Tatsu, which is the correct answer. So good job there, and that'll pretty much end the Guess the Coaster Refer. I guess right now I might go back to it. Actually, I guess this stream wasn't meant to be super long, so it might be done not too long from now. So yeah, but we'll roll into another Q&A segment. And that'll be that. So you can ask me any questions that maybe I didn't answer earlier or any new ones you have. Also, if you have any questions about just, I guess, like I said, anything that's still related to Disneyland, or you want me to talk about something, I can go into that too. I'm thinking about doing a video doing, not quite a review, but just talking about my Disneyland experience, because I don't think a review would make sense because the information in it would kind of be irrelevant in literally 2 weeks when the restrictions are lifted on June 15th here in California, because it is expected that Disneyland will go to 100% capacity on either the 15th or 16th. So things are going to be very different than when I went last Tuesday. And I guess just other things to mention also, I am planning on having a Coaster Time stream on June 10th, and I guess I can say who it is because we have it. Unless something changes, I guess I'll just say who it is for now, because it's confirmed for now. If things get changed around, I'll let you guys know. But basically, I'm supposed to have on June 10th, I'm supposed to be doing a Coaster Time episode with Canopy Coaster. So hopefully you guys are excited for that. If you guys can't actually be there while it happens, then you can watch the replay, of course, but that's going to be pretty exciting. So, yeah, June 10th is the day that is supposed to happen. So, yeah, let's see. It says my connection is unstable. If you guys are noticing any issues, let me know. That's just what it's saying right now. I think I have my Wi-Fi turned off on my phone. I always do that to try to make sure. But yeah. Alrighty. So I did ride Rise of the Resistance. I mentioned it earlier. It was my second favorite ride at the park, and it's one of my favorite rides I've done in general. I think a little overhyped, just a little bit. I'm not going to go into spoilers, but it was still amazing. I would have really liked to do it again, though, just because I feel like definitely that's a ride I would have wanted to re-ride for sure. And also, definitely doing it after the restrictions are up would be nice because the scenes where we kind of like had to walk between like the two sort of ride segments, I'll just say. I don't think that's that much of a spoiler. Um, they had to rush through it, so I'm not gonna say anything more about it, but that's just about it. Um, so yeah, it was very rushed in those portions of it, which was unfortunate, but it was still really incredible. The reason why is because of the California like sort of guidelines, because they want visitors to be done with indoor attractions within 15 minutes. So they have to do some things with a few rides and queues and stuff like that. But yeah. Yeah, I think all California parks, the restrictions should be lifted. I mean, I guess it's kind of up to each park to decide, but yeah, that the expectation is that it will be. So, yeah. Um, what do I think looks like the top three Disney parks? Like I said, I guess I didn't say this here, but I told someone I'm still very new to like the Disney park stuff just because I mostly went to them when I was so young I can't remember them much, and I've only been twice since I've really paid that much attention. But I guess even with that said, I still Disney Sea looks like number one. Honestly, I think Disneyland California probably is number two because the ride collection is just ridiculous. It's like insanely good. So it's probably number two, honestly. Number three, I actually don't know what it would be. Because that one's difficult. I don't know what three would honestly be now thinking about it. Um, it, I mean, I don't know. Three is difficult. I don't know. It would be so hard, especially because some of them I haven't researched as much, and obviously I haven't looked at the at POVs of like the dark rides and stuff. So, I have absolutely no idea. But yeah. I guess that's kind of the top two I have that I kind of would be thinking it would be. You're going to Columbus Zoo on June 10th. Hopefully that's fun. I don't know if the new coaster will be open by then. I mean, I think you'd probably be going for more of the actual zoo because I've heard it's amazing and I really want to do it one day, but I guess it would be a little bonus if the new ride was open. Um, anyways, yeah, I think you guys are gonna be excited for Canopy Coaster to come on here. Should be pretty fun. Whenever it happens, it should be June 10th, but I'll say something if it gets switched around. Yeah. Smuggler's Run. I did also do that as well. I mentioned this earlier. It was better than I expected, and I got to be a pilot, so it was better than I expected. It was pretty fun. I'd say one of the better rides. They're not one of the absolute best, but probably one of my more favorite ones of the bunch. Yeah, it was actually pretty fun. Let's see. Most overrated and underrated looking B&M invert. Ooh. Overrated. I don't know. I Banshees always look kind of weird to me, and I think that one's more polarizing than overrated or underrated. But I don't know. I mean, I guess it's unique, but I don't. Seems kind of weird. I don't know if I would actually like it that much. So that might actually be my pick for overrated. And then underrated. I mean, um. I feel like quite a bit of them are kind of taught. I feel like a lot of the ones that I look at the POVs and I think they would be good are ones that I like. But I guess just even though it doesn't look like one of the best ones, I think Phaethon, if however you pronounce it, the one in South Korea, it's just kind of interesting. And literally no one talks about it. So yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Best food I had at Disneyland. So when I went, I ate the food at Galaxy's Edge, which, as I mentioned this earlier, like at the beginning of the stream as well, Galaxy's Edge far exceeded my expectations just because I don't like the sequel trilogy, so I wasn't sure how I'd like the area. But the area itself is actually really cool, and the food there is pretty good. I had the Ronto wrap, and it tasted really good. It's kind of like this sort of like almost sandwich slash hot dog thing, but with this bread that's kind of closer to like a naan or something, but it's not. That wraps around like this sausage that also has some pork slices around it and some vegetables. It's really good in my opinion. And the Mei Lu run juice was also really good, and the blue milk was also pretty good. The green milk was really weird, but I still liked it for some reason. It was pretty weird. Yeah. Oh, Nemesis. Yeah. That one, I guess, yeah, that kind of makes sense. I guess I should have thought of that one immediately. Especially after I've heard of how poorly it's been running in the past few years. So, yeah. I actually did not do the Tiki Room. I considered doing it, but it didn't work out. I think I could have. It's just there was this kind of lull in the middle of the day where I was supposed to be waiting for virtual queues, and when it was convenient to do the Enchanted Tiki Room, didn't exactly make sense because I was supposed to get on Indiana Jones virtual queue, and I hadn't heard about the grace period, so in the middle of the day it was a little bit of a mess. It was a little hectic at Disneyland, but it was still a great day overall. And if you didn't hear earlier, I got 22 rides in total, so not a bad day at all. But no, I didn't do the Tiki Room, but I did consider it. Do I live in the Tiki Room? I mean, that'd be pretty cool, but actually, I don't know if that would be, but it would be interesting. I don't think I've ever been in it, to be honest. So I'll have to do it the next time I'm there, for sure. That's definitely something I missed out on. The significant rides I missed out on Disneyland were Tiki Room, which I guess isn't a ride, but it's a thing. It was open. Matterhorn was closed. The Storybook Land boat ride was closed. Although I did see Matterhorn test. Like, I saw several trains go through, but it never opened. What else? Oh, I didn't do It's a Small World because the line was always, it was like 30 minutes plus for most of the day, and I just didn't want to do it. And I guess Gadget's Go Coaster and like the Railroad. Like, I think those are the most major things I missed. It really wasn't. I did mostly everything I wanted there, so that was pretty good. I even did like rides like Winnie the Pooh, and I did the new Snow White, which was interesting to see. So yeah, I was disappointed about Matterhorn, but I kind of knew it would be closed because it had been closed for several days earlier. What do I think looks like the best Disney coaster? A lot of Disney questions, I guess, expected. Some of the ones I haven't even looked at. I mean, I think most of the ones that take place indoors in dark, I haven't looked at the POVs because I don't think there's really much to gain out of it. But I'll say Tron is the one I'm looking forward to the most, and that coaster just seems absolutely amazing. So I'm gonna go with Tron for now, but of course Guardians is opening pretty soon, and that could be it. And there's other good ones too, like Big Grizzly Mine Cars. I forget what exactly the full name of it is, but the one at Hong Kong Disneyland looks good. Expedition Everest looks kind of cool. Of course, you have the Rock and Roller Coaster. There's quite a few good ones, and I really like Space Mountain. Like I said, it's in my top 25 overall coasters, which is pretty crazy. Yeah. Yeah. I did do Alice in Wonderland. It was actually one of my, out of the older Fantasyland sort of dark rides, it was one of my more preferred ones. I enjoyed it more than Peter Pan and Pinocchio and Snow White. It was actually pretty good. I did like Alice in Wonderland quite a bit, so that's a good ride. Make sure to do it if you guys go there. It's a good ride. Don't ignore it. So yeah, best dark ride at Disneyland, Indiana Jones. It's my favorite ride there. and it's a top 5 ride for me in general. So yeah, that's gonna be my favorite there, for sure. I think I mentioned this earlier. I don't think Disneyland will get Tron, because even if they were able to get that expansion area, I just don't see that happening. It would be cool, but I don't think it would happen. Was the Peter Pan line terrible? It took like 25-30 minutes to get on. It looked super long, just because there was some level of social distancing being enforced at the park, or enforced, or sort of doing it. We like tried. It worked in places, it didn't work in other places. It kind of was what it was. But no, it wasn't too bad. The only thing that sucked about the lines was they weren't that long. Like the longest wait I ever had was like somewhere between 40 and 50 minutes for Space Mountain, and that was a pretty major outlier. But we were out in the sun though, so because they didn't have much of the indoor queue, because of the thing where they want people to be in and out of indoor rides within 15 minutes. So that was pretty brutal. But other than that, it wasn't too bad in terms of actually waiting. A lot better than most people would say for Disneyland. Like when I said to some people that I know that I got 22 rides, that's pretty crazy. No, I didn't do the teacups. I basically skipped out on all the flats at Disneyland because they're just, I mean, yeah, I guess they're kind of charming and themed and whatnot a little bit, but like there's better versions of them out there at other parks, so I don't really do those rides. I did every dark ride outside of It's a Small World, and I did also skip out on Gadget's Go Coaster, but yeah. Um, yeah, yeah, that would be cool if Disney World had Indiana Jones. Yeah, but you guys have Dinosaur. I've heard it's the same layout, but that doesn't seem quite as cool. But I'm curious to ride it now, just because of how much I like Indiana Jones. So I'm pretty curious. I haven't looked at a POV of the ride, but I've just heard it has a similar, if not the same layout. I haven't been to Islands of Adventure, so I can't say. It's really hard to say because obviously Islands of Adventure has the better like coaster collection. I mean, it's not really close. But although I mean, since it is Islands of Adventure, I have done a decent amount of their best dark rides, I guess, right? Because actually, wait, no, because I mean, I've done Forbidden Journey. Yeah, it's a little different there, but it's mostly the same. I'm trying to think of we don't have Spider-Man. And then Transformers and Revenge of the Mummy is over at Florida, so actually most of the rides I think we have here are more at Florida, if anything. It's hard to say. I don't know. I would love to go to Universal next year. It's something I would love to do. I don't know if it'll work out, but I definitely want to go next year. So it'll be interesting to see. I don't know though which one I'd prefer. But Universal looks absolutely amazing. Islands of Adventure, that is. I didn't go to California Adventure. I went in 2018, so I've already done Incredicoaster and Guardians Mission Breakout, and Avengers Campus hasn't opened yet. But yeah, no, I didn't go. But if you want my thoughts on the rides there, my favorite's Raiders, Springs Racers. Guardians is actually really good. Guardians is actually my favorite drop tower I've done, even over the original the Tower of Terror that was there. Did I meet Mickey? Actually, I didn't even see him because right now they don't have true meet and greets. Like the characters were either on balconies, platforms, or in like far like distance from people. I didn't even see Mickey actually, which was pretty crazy. I actually didn't see him. The characters I saw at the park were Mulan, Tiana from Princess and the Frog, um, basically all the Galaxy's Edge characters. I think all of them. So like Rey, Kylo Ren, the the blue-haired lady. I don't remember her name, but the original character for the land, Chewbacca, and the stormtroopers. I saw all of them. Oh, and Stitch was on the I think the launch bay platform. So yeah, that was kind of interesting to see that. Um, but yeah, I didn't see Mickey Mouse. It's pretty crazy. I actually didn't. No, those characters. Oh, like the Disney princesses. No, they weren't in masks. No. But they were so far away from like the people that it. No, they weren't in masks. Obviously the staff were, but yeah. In terms of like COVID protocols, which I mean, it's not gonna. I assume that a decent amount of it will get dropped by the 15th at Disneyland, but just to kind of comment on this stuff. Basically, in the lines, they tried to enforce social distancing. The staff were very strict on masks to the point where if you had it even sliding down a little bit, and I saw this with multiple people, they would tell you to pull it up. So that, which I guess that, I mean, that makes sense. And I guess it's good to see them enforcing that. Although when it came to rides, they didn't sanitize the rides. Like I never saw them do it once, so that was kind of interesting. It was really, it was pretty interesting. Just the different things because I hadn't been to a park since COVID. It was just kind of interesting to see everything and how it was handled. So, yeah, that was pretty interesting to see for sure. Uh, yeah, no, but the characters weren't in masks. Um, oh, okay. So the Star Wars characters, like Rey, like like Rey and the Disney princesses I saw, they weren't in like it was them, like it was real people. Uh, Actually, and I did see Jack Sparrow too. He was the only one I saw who actually was walking within the crowds, but he had to go from one place to another. Um, but yeah, I think, but and then the other ones that are like Stitch and stuff were in their normal costumes. They didn't look any different at all. It um, just was what it just kind of was, what it was. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah. So any other questions you have, you can let me know. I think I'm actually gonna end the stream pretty soon. I didn't intend this to be that long, just because, but I just wanted to do something because I don't know. I felt like it, and it had been a pretty busy month for me in terms of schoolwork and everything. I have my graduation tomorrow, so that's pretty much why I decided to do this. And as I mentioned, stay tuned. June 10th should be the day I have my next Coaster Time stream. So, and I will be trying to get back into uploading. Yeah, that too. So things to look forward to. Although it looks like my summer should be actually a little more busy than I expected, but we'll kind of see what happens. So yeah. And thank you for the congratulations on the graduation. It's been pretty hectic few weeks, just a whole lot of things in general with the end of school and everything. So thank you. Did I get a souvenir? I actually didn't. I've been to Disneyland a lot before. We kind of have a few different things, so I actually didn't. Um, so I know that might be a little surprising, but we actually didn't get anything in terms of a souvenir. I'll probably do that the next time in there, though. That probably would be a good idea. There was a Space Mountain shirt that looked kind of cool that I was kind of eyeing at a little bit, but I just decided not to go with it right then and right when I saw it. So we'll see what happens. I'll probably get one in the future whenever I go again, which will probably be sooner than 9 years from now, which I did from my last visit. So it'll be sooner than that. I can pretty much guarantee. I think I mentioned this on another stream, but and I think you asked me the question. I may be wrong on that, Stamford Bridge. I'm going to actually, can I? I guess I can. Yeah. I'm going to community college. I guess I won't say the actual one just because, but basically community college, my local community college. That's where I'm going, and I'll be doing that for the first 2 years and transferring somewhere else once I get the credits. So that's kind of the plan there. At least that's the plan for now. Of course, things can change, but that's the idea right now. But with that being said, I think if there's nothing else, I'm going to wrap up the stream pretty quickly here, probably within the next 2-3 minutes. Trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to go over. I guess basically, and I think I'm probably going to start doing this on the streams. If you guys haven't joined Discord already, make sure to. I'll put the link here in the chat, also in the description. On Discord, we're going to be doing more like kind of like a live Guess the Coaster on there. I did it once. I want to do it more. And Jace from 808 Coaster Life helps me run the Discord server. So if you haven't joined, make sure to do that. And also, if you haven't yet, make sure to follow my Instagram. I don't post too often, but on my story, I'll like give like notifications when I'm releasing stuff. And I did just do a post for Disneyland, so and I have my video from the Space Mountain breakdown on there. I'll probably upload it on the channel here in a little bit just because it's kind of interesting. But yeah, I'll just plug those two things there in the chat. They're also in the description. And with that being said, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time. Actually, do I want to end it right now? Man, I didn't have much preparation for this stream, as you can tell, but yeah, I guess actually I'm looking at the time and everything. Yeah, I guess I'll end it here. But as I said, thank you all for watching. So it's been great having you guys on here. Just especially, like I said, after all the crazy stuff that has been happening over the past few weeks, obviously going to the park to a park for the first time and all of that. So with that being said, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time here on Coaster Hour. See you guys.